Today we're going to meet men who say they're disgusted and sickened by the way their girlfriends look. One of our guests today says if his girlfriend doesn't shape up and start looking more like model Naomi Campbell, he is going to be forced to cheat on her. That's right. I said forced to cheat on her. He told us that unless she shapes up, he will be forced to start having affairs with beautiful women. You're going to meet him in a few minutes. First, meet Calvin. Calvin says he's kind of frustrated. He doesn't understand why his fiancée, Rebecca, of 4 years, doesn't take more time to look like a supermodel. Calvin, Rebecca is backstage with us, and she's going to be out here, but tell us the problem with Rebecca.
Well, it's just that, you know, see, I'm a bodybuilder, and I also strip for a living also. And the problem I'm having is with her weight. It's like we just had a three and a half month old baby. Now, I can understand, wait a minute now, I can understand, you know, that we just had a baby and it takes time to lose it. But the thing about Rebecca is that, you know, she's eating all these pizzas and she's eating all this other stuff. And it's just that the thing about it is she doesn't really concentrate on really wants to lose weight. And like when I get on stage, and after I get done stripping and you know, I get off the stage, the women are going to watch and see who I go to, because a lot of women come up to me and they want to give me their phone numbers and so forth. And what I do sometimes, I'm so, almost in a way, I'm kind of like embarrassed to go to her. So what I do is I take the long way around and kind of like sneak my way over to her. And the problem also is, it's not just her weight either, it's her hair. I mean, she put like a can of mousse a day in her hair. I used to have nails, and what I did now, I just cut my nails off completely because I can't even put my fingers through her hair. And that also bothers me because it's like...
Who would you like her to look like?
Well, I want her to have a... When you see her, she's beautiful. I like her to have a body like, you know, Janet Jackson and the style of Sharon Stone, you know, and that's the way I would like. I mean, because, you know, like I said, I'm a stripper and I like a nice, shapely woman. And it's also starting to affect our sex life. What's happening with your sex life? I turn off the lights. I asked her to turn off the lights before she takes off her clothes.
All right. Let's see what is upsetting you. Now, the baby is only 3.5 months old.
Right.
She has a baby with you. Time to take a good look at Rebecca and see how out of shape she is. Rebecca, come on out. Rebecca, I understand that Calvin has been saying these things to you, in front of you, behind you. How does it make you feel?
I'm just kind of pissed off. I mean, because I work hard for... I've already lost 25 pounds, and I'm working hard at what I'm doing.
Why are you shaking your head, Calvin? Why doesn't it...
Okay, well, I give her credit. She says she loses 25 pounds, right, Sally? But then again, it's like on Friday nights we eat out. And then we order like 2 large pizzas. She'll eat a pizza by herself.
I do not,
What she would do...
Calvin.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she leaves 1 slice of pizza. Okay, she leaves 1 slice.
I eat 3 slices of pizza.
Becky, let's not go there. What I'm trying to say is this, Sally. She loses it.
I understand Seth also has a problem with taking you out in public.
He has a real big problem. His biggest deal is he's embarrassed to be seen with me because I don't look like Cindy Crawford. And that is totally unrealistic. You know, I'm not a supermodel. I had his baby 8 months ago. And look at this. I've only, you know, I can't...
How much have you gained that he doesn't like?
Oh, well, I had gained 35 pounds, and I've lost all but a whole whopping 8 pounds of it.
Okay. So, he's calling you fatso, but...
I'm fat.
All right, so... All right, she is 8 pounds, according to him. What bothers you the most about Seth comparing you, say, to Cindy Crawford?
Because I'm not Cindy Crawford. I'm not a super... She does that for a living. For a living, you know, what I do, I raise his baby. Therefore, he should have more respect for me.
Now, you may say to yourself, how bad does this get? Shawnna told our producers that Seth has actually started using sex as a weapon. In other words, no sex for you unless you begin to look more like Cindy Crawford.
Well...
How does that work?
Well, see, part of the reason... Well, he doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes he does do it. He gets on this kick where my body is not pleasing to the eye because I'm 8 pounds heavier, you know, and... It's stupid. A lot of his friends work at fast food restaurants, and he doesn't like to take me in there because his friends used to say, oh, she's so pretty, she's so skinny, and now he doesn't take me in there because I'm not as thin as I used to be, and he thinks that it's a big deal.
Okay, I think it's time we met Seth and find out why he is so obsessed with Cindy Crawford. Seth, come on out. Seth, you've heard Shawnna talk about your desire that she would be Cindy Crawford. Why is it so important to you?
Because I don't want to go around with somebody that looks all nappy.
Nappy. Are you embarrassed sometimes to be seen with Shawnna in public?
Yeah.
Why are you embarrassed to be seen with her in public?
Because she used to take care of herself and look nice, and now she just lays around, watches shows, eats.
How do you want Shawnna to change?
You know, dress up, work out once in a while, put some makeup on.
No. See, I would dress up if it would go noticed. Okay, you don't say, when I do dress up like this, I don't get compliments. So if it's not gonna get noticed, why waste my time doing it when I could be spending time with her?
Seth, are you punishing Shawnna by withholding sex? I mean, what's that about?
I have. I mean, why would I want to get into bed with something that's all,
Sally.
you know?
Needs to look more like Naomi Campbell. Otherwise, she leaves him no choice but to cheat. Jimothy, you want to explain the cheating?
Well, it's like this, you know. I'm just, you know, if she, man, I'm a cheat if she just don't change the way she look, you know what I'm saying? She might look good to you guys. She might look good to you, but when she take off her clothes, she look flabby. She's just horrible. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
She looks flabby.
That's what he's got to do. I mean, that's the
Renee,
only way he can
Jimothy
please
is
her.
admitting that he is going to cheat because you look flabby. How does that make you feel?
It hurts. It hurts a lot. He's cheated before.
So why haven't she changed?
I feel I look
saying? Why
good.
haven't
I'm
she
30
changed?
years old. He's 23.
Tell us what happened when he cheated before.
He cheated with his ex. She's skinny.
Well, you're not exactly...
I know. I need to tone up. I know what my problem is, but I'm gonna solve my problem for me. I'm not gonna solve it for him.
Jimmy, aside from what you think is flab, is there any other problem with Renee?
I mean, her hair, she don't do her hair. That's how she wear her hair all the time.
But this ain't all about him, though. It ain't about him. It ain't about him. It ain't about him. Hey, yo, homeboy. Oh, homeboy, it ain't about you, man. It's about her, though. It's about her.
Jimothy, Calvin told us he has to make love with the lights off. Seth says he's gone so far as withholding sex. What's your sex life like?
I have to get drunk, you know, to have sex with her.
Hey, Sally.
And Scott has some important advice, he says, for our girlfriends. Scott, what is it?
Well, I think, ladies, if you want to keep your man, you're going to have to stop pigging out at the dinner table, use some self-control. Just like, wait, hold on. Just like I'm sure you put some demands on your man and they give in to you. You want to be heard. You want men to be sensitive. Men are more visual. Men like the beautiful body. They like the flat stomachs.
Listen to what he's saying. He's right. He's
Listen,
right.
they're not asking anything
Where's your girlfriend?
unreal.
Yeah, where's your girlfriend?
There she is over there.
Go ahead.
Don't look so
None of y'all
surprised.
look like no
She's gonna
models.
be my wife.
Y'all ain't never gonna win no war for
I didn't say we
beauty.
did.
And y'all
I didn't say we did. No. Who said it?
that.
Who said they look like models?
That's the point is in
Look
their
at you.
mind.
Look how you look. Looking like Barney.
Listen.
Yes.
See,
Do you guys always judge a book by its cover or what you got inside?
Listen, be real and be honest. I think every man out there knows in his inner heart that when you go outside in the street, you're looking at that nice butt, you're looking at whatever you're looking at that attracts you to a woman.
Everybody has
visual. Yes, men are different than women.
And Rebecca,
listen, I have to give these
I
men
want
a
to
lot
tell
of
you
credit.
something.
They're honest.
You are a beautiful young lady, and
Thank you.
nobody ever put you down.
She's beautiful. I didn't say she wasn't beautiful. I didn't say she wasn't beautiful.
These men are not saying their women are not beautiful. They just want them to be as best as they can be.
Perfect.
I just want to. Is a world-renowned makeup artist who's worked with some of the top supermodels, so we'll find out. Darac, you've heard a lot of different points of view, and since you have worked with top models, what's the true picture?
Well, the true picture is, first of all, that everybody is beautiful in their own way, of course. Absolutely. Everyone has attributes, everyone has problems, everyone has concerns, and everyone has areas of opportunity, including the supermodels. I mean, there is no supermodel that wakes up every morning and is ready for the cover of a magazine. No. These girls are beautiful here. They're great girls, and they have a great look to them. And later on, we're going to work with
obsessed with supermodels.
You know, there's nothing wrong with modeling. There's nothing wrong with the entertainment business. There's nothing wrong with having beautiful women on the covers of magazines. But there are three things maybe going on. Women look at the models and say, gosh, I should look like that. These men look at the models and say, gee, she should look like that. And then when they tell us that, we let them get away with it. What nonsense. What nonsense. And
By
as
the
a
way,
culture, we let them get away.
There's another thing that you should all know. I think that through a strange twist of fate, I've probably seen more super duper models for many more years than anyone has in person. They don't look like that. Not one of them.
And it takes a
like
long time to get gorgeous, doesn't it?
But so
and how many hours? Hold on a second.
Still have,
hold on a second.
No, but they
how
really
many hours a day
don't
do they get to
look
spend
like
in
that.
the gym that you and I can't afford to do? This is their industry.
She can afford to do it. I take care of this woman here. She can afford to do it.
All right, Karen.
And you know something else, Hallie? The other thing, there are a number of clinical psychologists, and they don't even know it in your audience. The audience has these guys pegged.
Yep.
And they don't want to hear it, but the people in the audience know what's going on.
That's right.
Has anybody wondered why there's been such loud voices coming from the men on this panel? The gentleman who suggested that they need to control and dominate had his finger on it. There's been a lot of yelling and taking over.